It's the day before Friday, so it's Thursday, and it's nearly weekend, and I'm really excited to bring you JoyNews Interactive here on JoyNews on TV, live from District Address GA 0992539 in Kokomemle, Accra, on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 144. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're JoyNews on TV. I am Apita Sividi. Thank you so much for watching. Now, the latest citizen-driven series, dubbed Dear Nanado, here on JoyNews, puts the spotlight on the challenge and how the government says it is dealing with a situation. Today's mini documentary tells the stories of ordinary people, family men and women who are struggling to survive because they have no jobs. Here's an excerpt from it.
Maybe Sanu say, Onu Osi Iceberg Company. Maybe Sanu say, Iceberg Company no ayenu. Because my sister told me what you feel. And you feel the company. So me be I say no factory na make belelo. That factory na make belelo. No what 12 petty MPP mo. Na I say a factory say make belelo no code. I mean, you MPP, carry the yen in Ibeko. Be a bit Tyler, he a massive fair machine at the Tratal. By no tomorrow,
Many residents of Nungwa gathered here are politically active. Kwame concedes that the president still has many promises to fulfill, especially creating jobs and also establish factories to give the youth more jobs.
You've been reacting to this. Let me go to Facebook and see what you have been saying. From the beginning of Dear Nanado, we've been getting a lot of reactions, but let's go to Facebook. Ken Nana says, I don't blame the citizens, I blame politicians for the huge promises they make during campaign. But as citizens, we should know that Rome was not built in a day. If we have a positive mindset to also help change our situation, our country will be a beautiful place. Abdul Majid says this situation wouldn't improve anytime soon because we have plunged ourselves into it for a very long time and it will take time for things to get better. Albert Bedu says we can say he's doing his best and that's the president. Let's pray for him. Remember, if he fails, it is we the citizens that suffer. David Labi says the government is not a recruitment agency and cannot provide jobs for 30 million Ghanaians. Go to the private sector and try and stop relying and shifting blame on president for job loss. Washington Darling says the reality is talking. Muhammad told you people, but ... Emmanuel Osei says the attitude of these people, because there are no jobs, the youth is engaged in armed robbery and weed smoking. Go ahead and smoke yourself to death or till you are shot dead as an armed robber. You are crying for jobs. Meanwhile, you don't even have any skills, career, trade, or profession. What can you do if there are jobs? Instead of enrolling yourselves into these free senior high schools and educating yourself, preparing for a brighter future, you went to smoke weed and indulge in armed robbery while blaming government. Pity. That's from Emmanuel Osei on Facebook. Eddie Wright says, try and create your own jobs instead of pointing fingers at the government, because all over the world, it's government that gives job. Okay, Eddie, okay. Musa Idrisi says, the truth is better. How can we all be seeking white-collar jobs, which is not possible? And this one is from Kobe Boats, who says, what work do they want to do? And what is the level of their education? Can't they go back to their hometowns and help in farming activities? Now, the National Democratic Congress has called for the immediate arrest and prosecution of suspended Public Procurement Authority boss. Addressing the press Wednesday, communication officer of the party, Sammy Jemfi, said the suspension of Ajimam Boating is an attempt to shield government officials involved in the infamous contract for sale scandal that has hit the Procurement Authority. He spoke at NDC's Moment of Truth series.
It is clear from the facts contained in the Donkomi documentary that the group of people who are currently governing our beloved Ghana have no interest in addressing the socio-economic challenges that confront Ghanaians other than their selfish, narrow, and parochial interests. As such, instead of awarding contracts to credible, competent, and deserving companies, the Akufo-Addo government chose to award as many as 14 contracts to a phony company, TDL, whose intention was never to execute any of these awarded contracts other than selling same to other companies with questionable capacities. This perhaps explains why the Akufo-Addo government has failed woefully to deliver any significant infrastructural developments in the country, despite being the most resource government.
Communications officer of the NDC, Sammy Jemfi there. Now let's go to Facebook and see what you have been saying. We posted that video on our wall and the comments kept on coming. This one is from Abdul Rafiq, who says, contracts for sale, in my opinion, is a very bad thing to have been witnessed by Ghanaians under this government. But I wish opposition could be telling us what they will do differently if given the power again. This one is from @Paul Degpo, who says, all of us can't support one party at the same time. It can never be possible. Thanks. Nash GH says, I don't know why NDC is always failing to understand what democracy is. Petty politics is what they engage in. Shame. Kofi Donko says, only a big fool will believe a politician. Why are you waiting for a politician to give you a job? Why don't you create one for yourself? Kofi Donko is asking. And this one's from @Madiba Ransford, who says, this moment of truth, if NDC comes to power, it should not stop. Kwabena Nyako says, National Press Conference Party, laughing emoji. I'm yet to be convinced about what the alternative will be. Ralph says, very soon, Ghana will be for sale. Those are the comments that keep on coming about the NDC demanding dismissal of the PPA CEO. And this one is from Cyril Kwesi, who says, Sammy Jemfi talks loosely because he's not been prosecuted for his alleged corruption allegations. I don't support the contract for sale saga, though. NPP and NDC are the same value. God alone. All right, you can go to our Facebook page, JoyNews on TV, for more of that. Now, the acting Inspector General of Police, James Opongwanu, has disclosed that the Ghana Police Service has taken delivery of some 4,500 bulletproof vests for patrol officers. This is to help protect the officers who have come under increasing attacks in the line of duty, resulting sometimes in death. Now, you had some interesting things to say about this, and I'm going to get your comments on that Facebook page. This one's from @Baba Daniel, who says, supplying the police with bulletproof apparel will not be enough to protect them from harm. Also, order them to return fire anytime they encounter hardened and notorious criminals. In the name of democracy, I don't think the police personnel are to suffer casualties, and a nation with weak security systems stands the risk of being unproductive. Jacqueline Winfred says, Mintiase, whether bulletproof vests already there or what? Just yesterday, and you've been taking delivery of these vests. By the way, when are you giving them the body cameras too? Jacob Akutu says, woefully inadequate, protects the police to protect us. It hurts to hear such stories of a police being gunned down. This one is from Joseph. He says, bulletproof jackets were long overdue. You wait for the harm to be done before you find solutions to the problem. Be proactive leaders. Hayford says, that has been my suggestion all along, and I'm happy the new acting IGP has acted in that direction to provide the patrol units with bulletproof jackets. We have exposed our gallant police officers to too much danger for too long. And Ramadan Aimson says, long overdue. Your countless V8s can take care of our brothers and sisters in uniform, please. Do the needful. Obinyao says, hey, Ghana. So for that long years of independence, police patrol without any protective devices? And this one is from Eli Tiwa Morgan, who says, please just give it to them. No need for platforms before. Do you do the same when releasing guns or cash? Security should be top priority. God bless Ghana. This one is from Baba Daniel, who says, supplying the police with bulletproof apparel will not be enough to protect them from harm. Also, order them to return fire anytime they encounter hardened and notorious criminals. Kambe says, it doesn't make any sense wearing only the bulletproof without being armed. Give each police officer a sidearm. Prosper Ntumi says, it means the bulletproof vests were already available, but the police administration chose to keep them rather than distributing them to the personnel. What a country we live in. You're still watching JoyNews Interactive with me on Peter CBD. I'm going to take a quick breather. When we come back, we've got some interesting stuff to talk about. Stay tuned. You're still watching JoyNews Interactive with myself, Peter CBD. You know how to continue the conversation and join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're JoyNews on TV. Now, famous actors and musicians, the head of the U.S. Department of Energy, and regular Instagram users have been spreading a certain post that claims that Instagram will soon have permission to make deleted photos and messages public and use those posts against them in court. The claims and the post is fake. Fake. But that hasn't stopped it from being spread by some major names concerned about the implications. Now, I've seen a lot of celebrities posting this on their Instagram pages. Let's see if we can get to that post. Now, this is how it starts. Don't forget, tomorrow starts the new Instagram rule where they can use your photos. Don't forget, deadline today. It can be used in court cases and litigation against you. Everything you've never posted becomes public from today. Even messages that have been deleted or photos not allowed. It costs nothing for a simple copy and paste. Better safe than sorry. Channel 13 News talked about the change in Instagram's privacy policy. I do not give Instagram or any entities associated with Instagram permission to use my picture, information, messages, or posts, both past and future. To Instagram, it is strictly forbidden to disclose, copy, distribute, or take any action against based on this profile of its contents. The content of this profile is confidential and private information. And the violation of privacy can be punished by law, UCC 1308, 11, 308, 13, and the Rome Statute. Note, Instagram is now, let's see if we can get back to that. Instagram is now, does not have permission for my, and then it says, all members must please take notes like this. If you prefer, you can copy and paste this version. If you not publish a statement, let's see if we can get the rest of that post. If you do not publish a statement at least once, it will be tacitly allowing the use of your photos as well as the information contained in the profile status updates. Instagram does not have my permission to share photos or messages. Apologies for that. Now, Kobe Spike and Nkrumah has been talking about this with the Geek on Geek Squad.
So I have just one way that I use to check. The fake ones or the unauthentic cables, the micro USB ports, the one that goes into your phone, is usually, there was a post on Instagram that was going around saying dude, I gave you an opportunity.
Sorry, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, you finished. Sorry, apologies.
And a lot of people were sharing this. And I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but Instagram is not going to use your data or your messages sent against you. You know, and the English that was used to write this post was so terrible.
The school teacher.
Please. The truth is, Instagram is an international company. Obviously, their communication will be handled by professionals who know how to speak English very well. So if you're seeing something that does not come across as very convincing, I'd advise you to take it with a pinch of salt or not take it at all.
When it comes to data, I think we are going to get into an era where we're going to collect a lot of it. So the fact that we are turning off some features of an app not to allow our data to be shared, I don't think is what the future is looking towards. Because imagine having all smart appliances in our houses, collecting data of environment. I mean, if you don't want to enjoy the smart environment, the smart city, you have to be upgraded. But when it comes to security, or you could have a secure system, but if we don't live the security lifestyle, human can be vulnerable. So you can have a secure system, but the people who use the system could be vulnerable to attacking to the system. So security should be by lifestyle.
That's Kobe Spike and Nkrumah with the Geek. Now, I bought a charger somewhere. My original charger had spoiled, and the cable has been a bit rough, so I had to put in some of these measures to make sure that the cable is working properly. When I was putting it into my phone, it would, wouldn't charge my phone. Now, the question we've been asking you on Tech Talk, how do you detect an authentic charging cable? The geeks have been answering this for us.
I have just one way that I use to check. The fake ones or the unauthentic cables, the micro USB ports, the one that goes into your phone, is usually a tad longer than the original one. So when you put it in your phone, you'd have some extra metal sticking out there. So that's one way that I use to identify it. I don't know if there are any other ways.
Well, we looked it up, and the other way we found, it seems like we would have to buy our math sets again, because it actually talked about the fact that the other end, the end that goes into your charger, needs to be perfectly perpendicular to the straight line. So you would have to get
perfectly perpendicular to which straight line?
So it has to form a perfect 90-degree angle. And that's weird. So the end that enters the charger and the rest of the cable, there's this budge above it. Yeah, it's supposed to form a 90
Okay. So the cable part, the part that comes out of the back of the cable that goes into your charger, has to form a perfect 90-degree angle.
Yes, with the metal part that does enter the
so
charger.
In effect, when you're going to buy a cable at Circle, go with your protractors and just do that. You might as well just walk into a shop that sells authentic cables.
And that's how you determine how to get the best charger. So don't be like me and buy a fake charger, because it won't work and it will spoil. But if you didn't know that, you can go to our Facebook page, JoyNews on TV. We'll be posting that video for you. But before we draw the curtains on JoyNews Interactive, let me bring you our video of the day. 6-year-old Shatterberry has become the latest internet sensation after she wowed people with her singing and her talent. And you can watch the video of our day. That's little Shatterberry wrapping our JoyNews Interactive here on JoyNews on TV. You know how to continue the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're JoyNews on TV. And I am Apita Sibidi. Have yourselves an awesome day.